Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron and this is December 2012 newsfeed, okay? And yes, it's the Christmas month, so it's all nice and exciting for Christmas. But basically, to start off, we've had a few things happen in last November, okay? A few changes and, you know, quite a bit's happened. So the first off, actually, is what we're seeing right here, right now, and that is this new camcorder, okay? So we've got a nice new setup, better quality, you know, we've got some nice zooming we can do now, so you know, when we're doing some detail work on a model, we can zoom right in and really get up close and see, you know, actually what's really going on. So stuff like cockpits and stuff are going to be really good now, as well as you probably may have noticed in the last news feeds, you know, the focus was a bit out and whatnot. With this new camera, it's all sorted, it's going to be all nice now. The other thing is as well, website, okay? I'm going to do a quick video on the website in a sec, but basically what's happened is I've basically finished it. It's all kind of nicely working and everything. You know, the whole membership subscription thing, you know, is all automated now. It's not got like a manual side to it, you know, so it's easier, quicker, and everything looks nice and whatnot. All I got to do is basically keep on adding the content to it. So let's go have a look at the new website. Right, here is the new Genesis Models website, okay? It's all nicely functioning and everything now, you know, and we've got ourselves a nice proper homepage, okay? We've got a nice sample video, bit of a description about what we're all about, you know, and a bit about subscriptions, okay? You know, pretty standard website stuff. Now, the next thing as well, as you go across the top here, we've got our news, okay? News is what it's kind of basically always been, okay? You know, we've always had this news section where we scroll down, you know, and we see, you know, the latest news feed, you know, we see videos, we see links to the episodes, to our step-by-step video builds and rapid video builds. Okay, and we get to see like some sample pictures, you know, of, you know, final reveal photos, okay? The difference is with this the new updated news part is that we also have our old news here, okay? So instead of scrolling all the way down through, you know, say November, October, September or something, now we've got a nice little link that takes you to old news sections, okay? So you can look at old news, you know, as and when. Now moving along, we've also got a nice gallery section as well, okay, which this is where we can view you know, the final reveals, because on the forum we had the final reveal section there, and that's where you'd see all the final reveal photos for all the models that have been built at Genesis Models. Well, now we've put it nicely here on the website to make it look more professional, you know, and more presentable, okay? So for example, okay, you know, the Messerschmitt BF109, which was built just a couple of weeks ago, you can click on the image here, okay, and then basically you get a nice little description of the actual aircraft, okay, and you can just scroll down and you can nicely just have a look, you know, at these pictures, okay. We can click back, we can look at the C2A, same thing again, you know, kinetics 1:48 scale. You get to see, you know what kit it was, what scale, the description, you know, and you know, you get to see the final reveal pictures, okay. And this is also where customers, okay, can now view their pictures, okay, because customers will go to the forum and see the final reveals. Well, now they get to see it a bit more posher and nicer on the website, okay. Now, before I go on to the videos, we've got this, the actual forum as well, okay? Simply click that button and you go to the forum, okay? So while I'm here on the forum, we can actually look and see that, you know, the final reveal section has been removed, and the video section, okay, is being turned into, shall we say, not a premium member section where you view all the episodes and everything. All those episodes and all the videos are going over to the website now, and this section here is where you know, you get to comment, say, you know, I mean, if you want to go to step-by-step video builds and you want to go to, you know, the Revell Junkers JU88, okay, this is where you'd see all the videos, okay. As you can still see now, it's still up there now, but now you'll see something like part 1 as a sample, okay. And if you want to comment on the videos, just to, you know, give me some feedback and everything, that's what you can do in this section there now. And there's potentially going to be freebie videos in there as well, so that's all going to be free now. In fact, the whole of the forum is going to be free for anyone who wants to come along, you know, sign up and be part of the forum, socialize, get some free videos, see pictures, all that kind of stuff. You know, you can see all that here on the forum. So we can click our big banner button here, and that will throw us back to the website. The store, now the store button, I've just put that in there just for, you know, personally to make things easier for me, okay. The store isn't up right now, and it's not going to be up for about a year. I mean, I'm going to look into that in a year's time, but I'll put the store button there just to save me, you know, when I do actually set up an online store, it saves me putting that store button in every single HTML there is that is going to be up there, which could potentially turn into over 100, and I don't fancy opening up all them HTML files and whacking a store button in. So it's just there temporarily, so just ignore that for now. We've then got our contact us button, which is just simply, you know, an email address to contact me about anything you might need, from problems with maybe subscriptions, you may have some ideas, you may want to see certain things, you know, any questions, you know, you can email me that way. I mean, if you've got questions about about modeling or something, it's probably best to throw it up on the forum, so at least everyone can, you know, see your question, see my answer to that. But we've also got now the subscription area, okay. Now here we can actually you know, get subscribed automatically, okay, because before, okay, you had to register as a free member, and it was a complicated process, and you had to put your member's name in there, and then you had to wait 24 hours for me to manually upgrade you to a premium member. Well, now it's nice and simple, it's all automatic, okay. You simply choose from this drop down menu, okay, option 1, option 2, you either want to pay £3.99 monthly or pay £39.99 yearly, okay. You pick the option and then you simply press the subscribe button, okay. You press this subscribe button and you simply go through, you know, a simple PayPal set of instructions where you basically set this £3.99 subscription up, and when that's completed, you'll probably have a button in the bottom right corner or something which will say, you know, press this button to go back to Genesis models, or go to back to Genesis at virginmedia.com or something like that, okay. You need to click that button, okay, because that will send you back to a special link where you will register on the website, okay, which will give you that special registration as a special subscriber member on the website, okay. So you need to click that button in the PayPal option when you go through the PayPal payment. Once you've registered on the website, sorry, you've then got access to everything on the website, okay. You'll have your username and password, which will get you into everything on the website, okay, which then brings us to our videos, okay, which this is where, okay, anyone can see this page, okay. You can see what videos there is to see and everything, but as an example, okay, you want to see the Hulk T1 red arrows, okay, so plain and simply click on the link, and then you'll have this login, okay, to do, which, you know, you would have registered, you'd have done a login username and password, so, you know, you log in that way, and then you'll have access to the videos, and it will take you to where the videos are you know, where it's all locked in for you subscribing members. Okay, and it's kind of like the same format as the gallery, where, you know, you have, you know, the name, you know, the step-by-step video, a bit of a brief description on the real aircraft, and then you'll have all these nice videos lined up for you to watch one after the other at your leisure whenever you want. Okay, couple of final reveals so you can actually see the aircraft. Okay, you know, and that's what you'll kind of have for each step-by-step rapid video build, tutorials, inbox reviews, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then you've got this nice little button down here, which I'm not going to click on while this video is running. Basically, this is the user account button. Okay, it only comes up when you're actually logged into the website viewing the videos. If you click on that, you can change stuff like username, password, well, not usernames, but you can change your password, you can change your email address. Okay, and do that all automatic your end. Okay, so, you know, quite a few bits to go through there. A quick note, I mean, December, you know, I've still got to put in, you know, a bit of content in there. I've still got more videos to put onto the website, more final reveal photos in the gallery section. I'm just going to get that content in there just to get me all up to date and everything. So hopefully, you know, this new website will be much smarter, look neater, and hopefully it's nice and simple. You know, there isn't like masses of buttons. Okay, it's just, here you are, you've got 8 buttons. Okay, you know, nicely laid out, and it takes you to the different sections. Okay, so hopefully that's nicer, easier, and all better for all of you. Right, I hope the website is actually much more better eye candy, you know, a bit more simpler, more automatic, you know, and just generally a lot easier and more professional. So I hope you enjoyed that. So go have a look at that and see what you think. Right, next up, okay, you know, what was built in November? Well, as you probably remember, the last November news feed, you know, I was just finishing the F106, you know, that was all built and all sent off. But what I also did was the BF109, the Messerschmitt BF109 by Airfix, 1/48 scale, real nice, easy kit, really good for the beginners, you know, and even you professional guys can like really kind of, you know, jazz that up as well. It's just a nice, simple, easy build to put together. But what I did is I did that as a step-by-step, sorry, I did that as a rapid video build. So after the Vixen rapid video build, you're going to have the Messerschmitt BF109 rapid video build. So we've got another rapid video build on its way out. Okay, so you're probably going to see episode 1 in about 2 or 3 weeks time, so you know, look out for that one. And as I've said, that the Vixen, okay, we did that as a rapid video build as well. That's all been built, all been filmed and everything, and we're actually up to part 2, episode 2 on the website. Okay, so you know, this weekend, which this weekend is, I think, the 2nd, yes, it's the 2nd today, so you know, I'm hoping to get part 3 up probably tomorrow or something, which will be about the 3rd, and then next weekend we'll have the final part 4 up. So the Vixen will all nicely be out for you to view all that, which, on the subject of the Vixen and our new camera here, okay, what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you a sample, you know, of this rapid video build of the Vixen, okay, but I'm going to show you what this new camera can do, because as I say, it's halfway through episode 2, we go from the old camera to the new camera, okay, and that's where you start seeing, you know, the better quality, you know, better focusing, you know, zooming in with detail and everything, okay. So I'm just going to show you a sample of episode 3, where you actually get to see what the new camera can do, you know, in lines of kind of giving you that more detail, you know, and, you know, getting you in there and seeing what's actually really going on. So let's have a look at some pictures of what was built last month, and let's have a look at this sample video. Right then, what we have is our Vixen now has had a nice gloss coat all over, and it's had a nice time to dry overnight for the gloss to go proper rock hard, cure and proper dry. Okay, all ready for decaling. Now what I did do, okay, is I concentrated on this area here on the fuselage section with the gloss. Okay, I'll give it just a bit more of a couple of coats, okay, just to make this nice and smooth. And I'm feeling this now and it feels nice and smooth, okay, which is what you want, because this section here, okay, we've got a bit of tricky decaling, and the smoother it is, okay, the better a decal is gonna like be able to conform and adhere to the actual model. Okay, so for this section I've got a picture here just here. Okay, what you've got, I'll just bring you in a sec. Okay, what you've got is you've got all this kind of red bits going on the back, okay, but the decals themselves, okay, are like big decals. What I mean by this is where these red lines are, in the middle of the red lines, it's just a clear film, okay, and because we got so much of it, just bring you out one sec, because we've got so many decals going on here, we're going to have a lot of clear decal film going on, okay, which means if we don't do this right and do a few little precautions, okay, we're going to potentially be in situations of having lots of silvering, okay, so we need to make sure we pay particular attention to this. Now a quick little tip, I did buy, I'll just bring you around, okay, I did buy one of these. I know it seems a bit, yeah, but I mean it's one of these food warmer trays, okay, what you can see here, and it basically keeps food warm. It's something like £10, you can get it pretty much from anywhere. And what I've done is I've got how many here, we've got 5 ceramic tiles, okay, and then we've got our little pot of water. And what this will do is the candle underneath will provide enough warmth going through these 5 ceramic tiles to keep our water nice and warm at a nice temperature, so as, you know, we can get our decals all nice and wet without it being too cold for it to well, if it's too cold you can end up with like cracked decals, and if and you don't want to have it boiling hot. That's why I've got 5 ceramic tiles to keep it at what is a nice temperature. So we can just dip these in here, okay, and then we pull them out, and then we can just put them on the side on a nice flat surface. Okay, I'll just bring you around again. Okay, there we go. So while they're getting all nice and wet and softening up a bit, what I've got in here is a bit of micro set, okay, with a load of water. There's about that much micro set, and then the rest is all water. It's in a nice little spray, and what we just want to do, we just want to get this area all nice and wet and moist for our decals to go on with a bit of micro set, just to start that adhesive process and softening the decals. Okay, now I'm not going to do all these because there is just loads and loads of decals, but I'm just going to show you how I make sure I get a really nice fit for the decals to avoid all this potential massive silvering. Okay, so I'm going to start with piece number 25. Although they have not yet properly, shall we say, had enough moisture in them, so I'm just going to cut away until that's done. Right then, these just had enough time, it didn't take too long for them to be able to now slide off, okay, so I'm just sliding this now off onto our model carefully, okay. And as you can tell, it's quite wet here, and then I've had it quite wet so that it will nicely go onto the model. I'll just bring you in a little bit more actually, so you can see a bit better. Okay, what we can do, we can use our finger just to bring this in position. Okay, like so. And then we can get some of our micro set, okay, and just put a nice little bit on top, okay, just like so. And we want that to work its way into the decal, soften it up, add some adhesiveness for maybe about a minute or two, and then I'll show you the next bit. Right then, that's had a nice bit of time for our micro set to kind of go in there. Now I'm just very quickly, now this is wet, but where we've got like holes, shall we say, I like to just give it a quick pin prick, okay, but you've got to be careful doing this, okay, and the holes I'm on about are, I'll just bring you right in for this. 1 second. There we go. I'm on about these little holes here, okay. We got that one and that one. I'll just give them a little pin prick, okay, just so the air can get out of those little holes. And then what we want to do, okay, with a cotton wool bud, we want to just roll across the decal film, okay, just roll it, not pull or anything like that. We're just rolling out what air, what moisture we can from underneath the decal, okay, and roll it out, okay, because the air is what makes the silver in, okay. That is what gets you into the trouble, okay. So by rolling out this air, the moisture, okay, what we're doing is we're getting rid of the air, we're getting rid of moisture, we're pushing the decal more down, we're getting more adhesiveness, okay, and we're getting this decal to proper get stuck down onto the model and making a really nice, really tough kind of the surface of both the decal film and the model are literally touching 100%, okay, because we don't get that 100% touching of the decal film and the model, and we've got air in there and water and all that kind of stuff, okay, that is where you're going to get some nasty silver in, okay. Now once you've done that, while the decal is, shall we say, nice and soft still from our 1 second, I'll bring it out again. And while it's all still nice and soft and all nice and wet still, okay, I like to come in straight away with the micro sole where it's going to have the most effectiveness, okay, and we just apply this on top. Now these are good decals, okay, I think they're printed by a cartographer, so you shouldn't have much of a problem, okay. And if you apply your decals like this, okay, we shouldn't really have any silvering going on, okay. But if you do, and I think I might try and deliberately make some silvering so I can show you. If you do, I'll show you how to do it in a sec, but we need to let that nicely wrinkle up, soften up, conform to the model, okay, and we need to keep on applying coat after coat after coat until we get it looking really nice and conform to it, and then we can sort out silvering, recessed panel lines and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be back, you know, when all this is nicely down and we're coming down to those last little stages. Right, I hope you enjoyed that sample video, and I hope that, you know, this new camera system and everything will, you know, is a lot better and brings you, you know, closer to the build and everything, so you can see more what's going on. So what's coming for December 2012? Well, first off, I've already done a here we go. Already done a review on this, and this has already been put up, but this is what I'm building right now. The big McDonnell Douglas F4J Phantom, okay, the Phantom 2 Marine, 1 in 32nd scale, made by Tamiya. It's about £120, and this is where I'm up to so far with this kit. It's a nice big kit, okay, it goes together really nice as well. One or two little issues here and there, but I mean, you know, it really does go together nicely. We've got a load of nice resin going on in the cockpit, you know, in our exhaust and everything, okay, and we're gonna have this in an in-flight display and everything, you know, so, you know, look out for the pictures for this. I mean, this is gonna be really nice when it's done. So once I've done that, what I'm looking at doing then is another step-by-step video build, and the step-by-step video build is going to be the Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1 by Tamiya, 1 in 48 scale. Nice little aircraft. It's supposed to be the best Mark 1 you can get in 1 in 48 scale, so this should be good. We've got a bit of photo etch to go with this as well, and you'll probably be seeing this once all the JU88 episodes have finished. This one will follow on after it, so I'm going to be filming this nicely ready for when the JU88 have all been released, okay. So that's coming up this month, and you'll probably have some pictures of that going together. The next model as well actually is we've got our Hawkeye as well, the E2C Hawkeye, 1 in 48 scale, okay, it's by Italiair, and this also, okay, don't hold me to it, but I'm also thinking about putting this up as a rapid video build as well. So hopefully we're going to get 2 video builds all nicely videoed up this December, and hopefully we can start getting them released for you to see as well. So I hope you're going to like what's going to be coming up there. Apart from that, I mean, really this month we've had a massive order, okay, so I've ended up buying a heap load of models. I mean, we're talking 30 plus models I've ended up going out and buying. So basically, you know, Genesis Models is already booked up for the whole of like 2013, right, and we've got all these videos planned, rapid videos, you know, step-by-step video builds and everything. So, you know, there really is going to be a lot of content coming out in the future at Genesis Models, you know, so you keep watching this space, you know, it's really going to build up to a massive amount of video information on how to be a professional modeler. So, you know, I hope you're going to like that. But what I'm going to do now is, you know, basically been spending a bit of money, and I thought I'd kind of throw out a bit of a review, because last news feed we did a bit about the paints by Games Workshop, their new range, but they've also brought out this limited edition heavy metal set, okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this on the bench right now, and we're going to give this a little bit of an in-box review just to see, you know, is this worth it or isn't it, okay. Right then, what we've got here is Games Workshop's heavy metal paint set, okay. Supposed to be limited edition. You get like 9 highlight paints and a paintbrush and a nice little manual, okay. So let's have a look exactly what's in the box, and let's see, you know, if all this is worth it. As you can see, you get 9 paints, 9 very colourful paints, okay. You know, we're talking, you know, really nice and colourful pinks, lilacs, you know, very kind of fluorescent oranges and blues and greens, okay, you know, very kind of in your face kind of colours, but these are designed to basically get those nice edges, those nice fine highlights you'll do on armour, clothing, faces and all that kind of stuff to really you know, give it that final last little touch to your highlights, okay. And that's what this whole box set is about. What you also get, oh, just to kind of let you know, I mean, these paints are like basically a layer kind of consistency, okay. So, you know, they're nice and thin, okay, but you know, they've still got that high pigment count that you get from layers, okay. So you're probably going to be wanting to thin these down. You know, they do come with a different kind of labeling, okay. They get a bit of gold on there and it says Edge and some more weird names to go through. You also get a paintbrush, okay, a heavy metal detail paintbrush, okay. Now the paintbrush you get with this isn't any cheap rubbish, okay. What you get is actually a pretty damn decent paintbrush, okay, you know, pure sable and everything, and it's supposed to be, you know, top quality, okay, for doing some top quality work, okay. So, you know, nothing cheap and nasty about the paintbrush you get. In fact, if you buy this set, this is probably going to end up being the most expensive paintbrush you own, okay, which is the same case for me. It's the most expensive paintbrush I own. And you also get a heavy metal little booklet, okay. Not much to sing and dance about, to be honest with you. Although you might see quite a bit of writing here, actually that is like 5 different translations, okay. So it's just a little bit of a write-up there, you know, it tells you what colours you've got in there. And then, you know, you've got basically this bit of a picture thing going on. Let's bring you in a bit closer maybe. Yeah, you've got this kind of like picture story thing going on, okay. The writing you're seeing here, okay, as I've said, you know, everything is being translated 5 times, so you're only talking like a little bit of writing, really not much kind of being explained, shall we say. You know, the pictures are doing the explanations, and you know, I can just flick through this quickly. You know, there is not really much information going on. You know, it's just basically quickly telling you, you know, about highlights and just getting those edges with these new paints and that. There isn't much going on with this. Once you've read it, you've read it, and you know, if you ever run out of toilet paper, well, you know, you've got a backup. So, you know, that's it really for that little manual. Not really much. What really you're paying for in this little box is these paints and the paintbrush, okay. Now, price, okay, now we get on to a bit of a touchy subject, okay. The price of this is £35, and I really don't like to kind of comment much on Games Workshop prices, because let's face it, okay, Games Workshop is expensive, okay. Anyone who's ever gone into Games Workshop and everything, you know it's expensive. I mean, some of the prices they charge on some things are absolutely ridiculous. You know, everything seems to have a premium on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, these are top quality paints, top quality paintbrushes, and everything else that Games Workshop sells is pretty damn good quality. You know, it's no cheap stuff, you know, it does all work. It's just they charge, you know, that extra premium. And for example, okay, Games Workshop paints, you know, they're £2.30 for 12 mils, okay. I've got Tamiya, I've got a load of different manufacturers, and you know, you've got Tamiya £1.50, you've got Valasia £1.70, £1.80, extra acrylic no more than £2, okay. You know, they do actually put that, you know, extra premium on top. They are more expensive, okay, but that's something we've kind of got to accept, and it's something I can't really go off to you and say, well, because it's £35 it's not worth it, because if you're interested in Games Workshop, you're obviously willing to pay that premium, that bit extra, because it's Games Workshop. So, you know, I can't really comment on the price, okay, but I suppose what I can do is kind of let you know what I think about this product, whether I think, you know, it's recommended or not. Putting the price aside, is this recommended? And sadly, you know, I don't like to normally say this, but I'm going to have to say this product is not recommended, okay. So I've said no, it's not recommended, so I need to back that up with some evidence why it's not recommended. Well, first off, I actually don't have all the dry compound paints that Games Workshop sells, but I've got enough here to basically show you why I don't think this works. Well, first off, I've got these 4, and we can kind of match these up, okay. Flesh tone, where's that gone? There we go, that one goes there, that one goes there, okay. So as you can see, I've just basically picked out these paints. Now, these paints here as well, okay, I don't actually have the dry compounds here with me. They're actually in the post on the way here. But I know from looking at the dry compound colour chart, you know, they've basically got these colours here. Because these colours, if we have a look on camera, look at that. Okay, we've got a dry compound in these new edge paints, and they're looking quite similar, okay? And as I say, you know, I haven't got all the dry compounds, but it definitely looks like, you know, you've got all the colours for these, okay, as well. So, starting to look a bit, okay, what's going on here? Why have we got the same colour paints? Well, I'm kind of thinking Games Workshop wanted, okay, the dry compounds colours as a paintable form, okay, which sounds kind of cool, because these dry compounds, you can't really get a paintbrush and dip in and paint. You know, they're designed for dry brushing. They're designed to be really thick, really kind of dryish like, so that you can dry brush really cool, okay, and nice and easy. But these layer paints, okay, have been thinned down to a point where you can actually paint with a paintbrush, okay, which, as I say, sounds all cool, but then, you know, you're paying £35 for these 9 paints, when I'm just going to bring you in and I'm going to show you one of the reasons why I don't think this set's really worth it, okay. We can get our edge paint, okay, our lilac colour here. We can just get a bit of paint and we can just put a bit on our palette here, okay, just to show you that paint. Okay, let's get some water. Okay, now I don't really want to be mixing with my fancy paintbrush, okay, so I'm just going to get a base coat one, okay, and I've got my lilac dry paint here, okay, and as you can see, it's quite a dry sort of paint, okay, almost mousse like, okay, and I'll bring you right in actually on this so you can actually see what I mean about these paints. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, this here, this is our edge paint, okay, and then we've got this dry compound, okay, and as you can see, the colour is like virtually identical, but we get ourselves a bit of water, okay, start getting ourselves a bit of water, and what we do is, I mean, this is going to take a little bit of time, okay, really trying to kind of mix this and get out all the lumps and all the bumps and stuff, okay, but if you bear with me, you will see that both the edge paint and the dry paint are exactly the same, apart from one thing, right? The dry paints are drier and the edge paints have got, you know, more thinners, more water, or whatever it is they use to thin these down, okay. And we're almost there, and I did find in a bit of testing that if you get a bit of X20A thinners, okay, just on a paintbrush, just to finish it off, okay, that really kind of gets it to a nice paintable consistency, okay. So although that may have taken a bit of time, okay, you have basically just made an edge paint out of your dry paints, okay, and that is one of the reasons why I say, you know, this isn't really a recommended kit, because if you're someone who is thinking about buying these heavy metal edge paints, okay, then I'm assuming that you're a bit of a serious Games Workshop kind of painter, and what you'll probably already got at home is a hell of a lot of the Games Workshop new paint range, which means you've probably already got a bunch of dry paints, and as I've just shown you, if you've got the dry paints, you've got the edge paints. Okay, and just to kind of finish this off, the paintbrush. Okay, if you're probably thinking, wow, you got this very fine, good quality heavy metal paintbrush, well, go to Winsor & Newton website and you will find on there that you can pick any paintbrush you want in size 0, 00, 000, okay, any top quality paintbrush you want on there, and you won't have to spend any more than £10. The maximum priced detail paintbrush I found, you know, pure sable and everything, was £10. okay, so £10 and under, and you can get a damn good paintbrush, okay, unless you really want this heavy metal paintbrush. So as you can see, this is the reason why I say no, this is not a recommended set. Okay, I mean, if you know, at the end of the day, you know, this is all up to you, and this whole review is hopefully kind of made your mind up whether or not you want to buy this, or whether you don't want to buy this. You know, I've given you the information, you know, what I think, you know, I've showed you one or two things. You know, it's all up to you now. It's kind of whether you want to pay that premium, you know, and get these paints. You know, maybe you don't want to mix it up to make your own with the compounds or whatever. You know, it's all up to you. So hopefully that's been a big help. Right then, well, hopefully, you know, you can make up your mind whether you want to get this or not now. So hopefully that's been a big help. So it's competition time. Right then, who has won our competition prizes? Well, first off, we said second place was going to be our Warhammer 40k Space Marines Razorback, okay, and I'm happy to announce that the winner of that is Northboy 321. So Northboy 321, you entered the competition and you've got picked out at random, and you have now won the Warhammer 40k. I'll be sending you an email, getting your address, and I'll ship this out to you free of charge. Okay, so that was second place, and what we've also got was our first place winner, which was for the nice Hasegawa 1 in 48 scale F4G Phantom 2 Wild Weasel. Yep, Hasegawa 1 in 48 scale Phantom. You can't really beat these. Really enjoyable to build one of these models, and the winner of that one was 11 Black Mike. Okay, so 111 Black Mike. I'll be giving you an email as well, getting your address, and I'll be shipping this out to you free of charge. So I really hope you enjoy building this, and congratulations on winning. So that brings us to this month's competition, December 2013. Okay, what is our competition prize this month? Well, it is the 1 in 72nd scale B2 stealth bomber by Testers. Okay, this is a bit of a favourite kind of aircraft of mine. Okay, you know, the kit needs a bit of work, you know, it needs a bit of you know, someone who knows a bit about what they're doing, but apart from that, you know, I mean, it is one lovely aircraft. You know, it's a pretty damn big model, you know, and when finished will look really nice in anyone's collection. What also comes with this kit as well, if I just get it out, okay, I've also included a set of photo etch to actually go with the kit as well. It just updates it, gives it a bit more detail, but that comes with the actual prize as well. And with the kit, okay, you get some pretty naff decals. Okay, so went out and I brought a set of aftermarket decals to go with this prize as well. Okay, so the same again. Okay, I'll be setting up a thread on the forum, and it'll be something like the 2012 December competition, and basically all you got to do is post in there saying count me in, whatever, and it's still open to free members as well as paying members. Okay, so anyone can join this competition, win it, you know, and have it sent to you free of charge. Okay, the only thing really you might have to do if you're not already a member is just register free of charge on the forum. Okay, no problems, nice and easy. Get yourself a nice potential prize. Okay, so hopefully, you know, got a nice competition for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this news feed, and you know, I've helped you out with potential reviews, and you know, hopefully you've liked the new camera and everything. I really do hope you like the new camera. Apart from that, I'm going to leave you now with a bit of work that other members on the forum have done here this month at Genesis Models.